Hey boys and girls, let's learn about the knight. Knight is the only chess piece that can jump over other chess pieces. And what can really help you to learn the knight is to remember knight changes the color. Every time you jump to a different color. So right now, white is on white color, and you see it can jump on a dark color. Look at all those dots around the knight. It can jump on dark color, right? Now, how do we jump with the knight? We can go one step straight, one diagonally. Let's try it to the other side. One straight, one diagonally. Look, one straight, one diagonally. One straight, one diagonally. Diagonally here, right? One straight, one diagonally. That's how you do it with a knight. Let's capture the star. Right? Now look, from a dark color, we can go to the white color, right? We can take the star. The next exercise. Here, we have 7 stars. This is the only one we can take right now. From a white color, we go to the dark color. Jump with the knight. Now, this is the one on E2 we can take. And then we take the one on D4. We come back, take the one on F3, and then forward G5, F7, and H8. Let's see this one. Here we can take 2 stars. I want to give you a couple of seconds. You just think which one is the right one, the one on D5 or E6. If you decided to take knight e6, you are correct. Now knight can come back and take the star on f4, and then we can take on d5, b6, and d7. This one is very interesting. Imagine that those stars are the chess pieces. So the knight can jump over those chess pieces. Right? So look, we are not allowed to take any of those stars because we cannot just go straight and capture the star or sideways. We cannot do that. Pay attention to those dots. Look, this is how the knight jumps. We can go to h5. We can go back to e2. Right? We can go to e6. We can move to d5. That's how the knight moves. g2 or h3, right? Now, let's go to e2, and from here we'll see what can we take. We can take only one, star on g3. Now we can take 2 of them on f5 and on e4, right? Let's take one on e4. And only one that we can take on g5. So what can we do here? We can come back and take one on f3. Then we go and take the one on e5. And then we can come back and take this one on g4, e3, and f5. This is a cool one. Yeah, you need to practice this one. Let's see here. What can we do here? The knight can take the pawn on f4 and the pawn on f2. Think, which one is the right one? We need to take all the stars. The correct one is pawn on f2. So look, we're going to take on f2. Now from here, we can only take on e4, and from e4 we can take on c3. This is the only one we can take. We cannot take f4 or e2. That's not possible. So we go to c3. That's the only one we can take. And then we come back. We take the one on e2, f4, and g6. And let's see the last exercise. Okay. This one, of course, is not easy. So you can take the pawn on d5 and pawn on b5. How about you challenge yourself? Think which one is right, b5 or d5. But do not move the chess pieces. Don't guess. Try to think several moves ahead and capture all those pawns. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think. Okay, I know it's not enough time, but if you decided to capture the pawn on b5, that's correct. We take first the pawn on b5. From here, we can take only pawn, not a pawn, star. We can take only a star on d4, right? Now, from here, we can take on f5 or on c6. Which one is correct? Okay, if you take on c6, that's the correct one. And then we come back. Look, we can take on e7 or on b4. The correct one is good. I know you found this one. We take on b4, and then from here we can take on d5. Again, we have a choice to take on e7 or take on e3. So the correct move is taking on e3, taking on f5, taking on e7, and taking on c8. Okay, let's make a conclusion about the knight. The knight is the only piece that can jump over other chess pieces. The knight always changes the color. Whenever you jump, you have to change the color, jump to the different color. Knight is not a slow piece like a pawn and a king, but knight is also not a fast piece like a bishop, queen and a rook, right? So it's in between, right? Look from here, if knight jumps to the other side, we need 1, 2, 3 moves to get to the other side of the board, right? It is a very good piece, and if you trade a knight, you need to trade for 3 pawns. That means the value of the knight is 3 points. Boys and girls, thank you for listening to me, and I am going to see you in our next lesson.